Good morning and welcome to episode 127 of Getting Rich. I'm your host, Rich Checkan, President of Asset Strategies International, and today is Wednesday, June 14th, 2023. The war in Ukraine continues to rage on, with both Russian and Ukrainian forces claiming that they're getting the upper hand in the conflict, which does not look to come to a conclusion anytime soon. Amid that backdrop, there's some war raging on here at home, as history was made yesterday as former President Trump was indicted on 37 federal criminal counts relating to classified documents held at his Mar-a-Lago residence. This is the first time ever a president has been brought up on federal criminal charges. Of course, he pled not guilty, and a lot of people are crying foul because he's the front runner for the Republican nomination in the upcoming election, and a lot of people feel that this is a way to keep him out of the presidential race. Amidst all that chaos and backdrop, we have the Federal Open Market Committee meeting today and yesterday. Today we'll get the rate decision from the Federal Open Market Committee. Most people are expecting a pause in interest rate increases this time around, not an end. Many that feel we'll get a pause now feel we will continue to see an interest rate increase come the July meeting. But for this meeting, they expect a pause largely because the inflation data that came out yesterday was at a rate of about 4% annually, which is about half the number we saw 1 year ago. It's giving people the impression that the Fed is getting inflation under control. The only stubborn, sticky part of the inflation is the core CPI, which is the metric that they pay most attention to and feel most comfortable with, was at about 5.3%, which is a little hotter still than most had expected, but we feel that there's still the case for the pause here at the June meeting. Let's take a look at the numbers from last week to this. Gold is down 0.75% at $1,949 an ounce from $1,963.50 an ounce last week. Silver, the only precious metal that's actually up this week, is up 1% to $23.93 from $23.69 last week. Platinum, down, the big loser for this week, 6.6%, down to $982 an ounce from $1,051 an ounce last week. And palladium down 3.7% to $1,397, below the 1,400 mark, where it stood at $1,450 an ounce last week. With silver outperforming gold, it's going to take less ounces of silver to buy an ounce of gold. That's that gold-silver ratio. This week we sit at 81.78 versus 83.19 last week. And the US dollar is losing a bit of ground. It's down to 103.14 this week from 103.94 last week. I don't really care what the numbers say short term. I'm telling you, the dollar is not strong and gold and silver are not weak. The prices suggest the dollar's stronger than it is. The prices suggest that gold and silver are weaker than they are. Take advantage. When things happen in the markets price-wise that don't make sense, they are opportunities for you to capitalize upon. I suggest you do so. As always, we'd like you to go ahead and follow us, subscribe and follow us here on the YouTube channel at Getting Rich. Go ahead and send us your comments and questions. Follow us on social media. Follow our monthly newsletter information line, our twice weekly alerts, always something interesting. And don't ever forget that getting rich starts with keeping what's yours.